Hi friends, welcome to the Art Room with Mrs. Nolte. Today we are going to be doing a directed drawing of a winter gnome. So come join me in the art room. For today's project you will need a large piece of white drawing paper. I'm going to be using a piece that is 6 by 18. I took a large piece and I cut it in half because I wanted this drawing to be tall and thin. You're going to need a black Sharpie, either crayons, colored pencils, or markers. You can really use any drawing material that works for you. We are going to begin drawing a wavy line across the middle of the paper. You don't want to go from edge to edge. We're going to come in just a tiny bit. I'm going to draw this wavy line, and then I'm going to stop before I get to the edge. You want to leave a little space on either side. This is the bottom of his little gnome hat. Next, I'm going to draw a dot in the middle at the top of the paper. And then I'm going to bring two lines up to that tippity top little dot. You can wave them, you can make them straight, you can curve them a little bit, however you like, as long as you meet at that point. This is going to be the top of his hat. Now I'd like to create my little nose for my gnome. That's going to be an oval shape, but part of it's going to be hidden underneath his hat. So I like to trace with my finger the shape so I can get used to where it's going to go. And I'm going to draw just the bottom half of the oval. The top part of the oval is going to be hidden under his hat. That's going to be his little nose. I want to create a little shadow underneath the hat. So I'm going to draw a parallel line that follows the curve of the bottom of the hat. And then I'm going to color this in with my black marker. You do not have to add a shadow, but I just wanted to add a little dark line through here so that the hat looks like it's covering over his face. Now we're going to create the body of our gnome. We're going to start at the edge of the hat. I'm going to come in a tiny bit from the edge. I don't want it right on the edge because I want it to look like it's overlapping his body. I'm going to draw a line that's going to be a really long U, almost to the bottom of the page. So I'm going to keep going down, 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 and then I'm going to come across, and then I'm going to curve back up, and I'm going to come under the hat. So this is his body. You want to make sure you leave a little bit of space on either side so there's some room for his arms, but they're going to be very thin. Then I'm going to add his beard. And his beard is going to be on the either side of his nose. We're going to come up under the hat again, leave a little space next to the nose, and I'm going to draw a wavy line that's going to be parallel and follow along the edge of his body. And I'm going to come down and around, and I'm going to make that wavy line a U shape, and this is going to be his little beard. So I'm going to add his feet, and then I realized after I made the video that you really can't see his feet because it's cut off from the bottom of my iPad here. So I'm going to make two U shapes at the bottom of his body, and you can see it here in the cutout. It's two little oval shapes for feet, and then I'm going to create two long curved lines on either side of his body for his arms. Now we get into the fun part. We're going to start to create a really cool gnome hat for him, and this is going to be his winter themed hat. I'm starting by making parallel stripes up the hat. We're going to be using these to put our design into his little cap. I'm going to create a little tassel at the top of the hat. I'm making a little belt in the middle here just to break up the space. And I'm going to put a little pattern in this as well. The hat, I'm going to use my markers for this project, my colored markers. I'm going to put my crayons and my colored pencils away. And I want to make it winter themed, so I'm going to start with a blue and I'm going to make a little snowflake pattern along his hat. You can make any pattern, any design that you'd like. I'm just going to have you repeat the pattern going up the cap. And I'm going to speed up the video here and let you guys work on yours. I'm going to start with a snowflake pattern and then a red stripe pattern, kind of like a candy cane, and then a green. And I'm going to stop talking and you guys can just follow along and create your own pattern. Now that my hat's done, I'm going to start to color in the body of my gnome. I like to, when I use markers, I like to outline the shape first and then carefully fill it in. I use the side of the Crayola markers because it has a wider edge to it and I can get a neater job filling it in. And I'm going to break up the space. You can also do this with crayon if you like, or your colored pencils, but I thought today I would use my markers. And I forgot to add his little hands, so I'm putting two little oval shapes underneath just to give him some hands. The only other thing I decided to do is I thought I needed to color in the hands and the nose. I did them orange. You can do them any color you want. And just so that the nose and the beard differentiate a little bit. And my shoes, the last piece, I added a small square or rectangle shape on the top of each shoe just to show a little highlight, or just to kind of make it look like it's shiny. I'm going to draw the square and then color those in.